Hi everyone, welcome back to my channels, and in this video I'm gonna show you the Ferrari LaFerrari or 114 scale by the Rastar. Now this is the first time ever. This is not a diecast car. This is a remote control car. Okay, so you might be wondering what the hell? I mean, why is he buying the remote control car? I mean, the guy is supposed to be diecast, collector, so he's supposed to only do diecast related models and figures. But yeah, I like Star Wars and I like these remote control car as well, so I decided to give it a go. The reason why is this is very cheap. This is like 114 scale, and then you only pay for £35. So I thought, oh, okay, well, why not? Looks quite realistic. It has decent details. Maybe not the best detail that you can, compare with the 118 scales that I have. But it's okay. I mean, it's a play toys. Okay, it's not like something that you put on a shelf and then you look at it and you admire it every day. And wow, this car is so cool. Look at all the detail. It's not like that. This is like something that completely different world. But I like the fact that it has all the LED lights and it has walking suspensions, and most important of all, it is fun. It is really fun and quite addictive actually. I mean, I seen this Shmuel. I don't know if you know the guy, and he reviewed the quite expensive cars in the UK. Him and his mate were playing these Rastar cars in London, and they were walking around in the middle of the city, and then driving around these two cars, and it's really fun. I mean, this is something that I would look forward to do it with my son when he get a little bit older, and when he actually understand how to control these cars and stuff like that. Anyway, so I will compare with the real cars on the LaFerrari, on the Bburago diecast model with this plastic model. Now this is about 700 grand with all the battery, and there are 5 battery in there, by the way, and you got 2 on the remote, so it's quite a lot of battery here. So without a battery, you can tell it's about half of that, so it's about 350 grams probably. So it's extremely light. This is the whole model is plastic, and that's why I imagine that auto art composite model will be all plastic, and then it will be extremely light as hell, and I hate that feeling of it. It feel like a cheap, feel like almost gonna fall apart. It doesn't feel durable. You don't feel secure feeling in your hand when you lift it. If you buy the cheap Rolex and you can feel it looks the same, like a real Rolex, but you can't tell much different at all. But when you pick it up in your hand, you can feel the weight of the real Rolex and the fake Rolex, and you can tell the weight of the real one is the one significantly a lot higher, and that's exactly the same thing here, right? So you want a real quality one, and they always feel a bit heavier than the cheaper, lighter model. Anyway, so let's take a closer look on this one. Now this one has an opening part. um the details are there, but I wouldn't say it's impressive. So you can see there's steering wheel, but the wheel and the steering wheel, they don't link at all whatsoever, and all the paddles are all molded into flat, and they don't have different color. They don't actually look like sticking out. It doesn't look like realistic at all. All the seats out there, but there's no seat belt or anything like that. There's no carpet, and everything cheap plastic. But then again, remember this is £35 play toys. Okay, so this is not collectible item like in the diecast car. Anyway, so it looks okay, but I wouldn't say it's outstanding or impressive. But then again, you got the engine detail here. It has a little bit of depth in it, so you can see through the glass, and it has a little bit of detail, but it doesn't look really that impressive. All the plastic are there, but they're supposed to be carbon fiber or grill mesh, but nothing looks like that at all, and these are all sealed plastic, and it looks very cheap as well. They don't look like like a nice plastic color. But anyway, so you got the chrome exhaust pipe, which is what I like. Again, these are plastic, they're not metal feel. And then you got a little bit of details on that. The basic stuff are all there, okay, but it just doesn't have all the little details in there, which is a shame. And you got an exhaust, air intake, and these are all, again, you can see the red plastic there. It would be nicer to have a little black colors or plastic piece in it to show a bit difference, but obviously it doesn't. You got it here, but they forgot to put it inside there, which is kind of annoying. And you got a little bit, grills in here as well. Again, they are all plastic. And brake discs and calipers are there. They don't actually spin with it, but this doesn't have any depth on it. You can see the caliper and the discs are almost the same level. There is no depth in it whatsoever, and it does have a nice suspension, which is good. The tires are very soft. Well, it has to be actually, because they are, moving actual cars that go on the roads and hard surface, so it has to be working suspension and the soft tires. I would say I'm happy with the detail for child level, but it's not like you see again. You can see the fan here in my Bburago. You can see the depth with all the actual fin, but in here it doesn't. It just one flat plastic with a little bit line on it. That's about it. And the wipers are again the same. They can't seal together onto the actual windscreen. But then again, I suppose this is the actual moving cars on the road, so too many moving parts and too many individual pieces will make the car, all these pieces to come off and fall apart. So I think it's better to make all seals and all stick together will be better, I said. So anyway, here again, these are all sealed plastic, and it doesn't look like any carbon fiber effects at all. They're very cheap plastic, But it does have nice LED light, which is really cool. You got 2 LED light on the front and 2 at the back. So if I press it here, it does actually lit up really well. If I press the rear button, and it will also show the rear light as well, which is cool. So I think that internal technical detail wise, I think this is a 27 or 40 megahertz. I tried this with my Pagani Huara, and they both actually have a different channel. I think I don't know how it works. I just put a battery and then turn it on, and it just goes straight away without any problem. So it doesn't interfere any frequency whatsoever. So it is fine. So you got a differential underneath there, which you can adjust the turning circle. That's pretty much it, really. So you got battery compartment here, and so I think it's really is a play toys rather than a collectible serious premium item. But what I really like is a cool LED lights. I wish that all the diecast car can also have that kind of LED light details on it. But unfortunately they don't. I think there is a guy on YouTube, and he customized all the cars on a LED light in both interior and exterior. I've seen it before, and then the guy's probably really good at this kind of thing. He has a remote control as well to display all the LED light. I think you have to pay him something to do these kind of stuff, I guess. I don't really know. But obviously I can't do that much detail on it. It would be really cool if I have all the LED lights on my diecast cars, on all of them actually. Anyway, for £35 I think it's worth it. So so anyway, thanks for watching. See you in the next video on Pagani. Cheers.